Hi there, you're listening to the Pursue Your Spark podcast. I'm your host and midlife warrior, Heike Yates. And on this show, we're talking about fitness, nutrition, and mindset strategies for women in midlife. Plus, our fierce guests on the show share their stories to help you reclaim your power to spark an authentic life. Well, hey there, Heike Yates here, and welcome to another episode of the Pursue Your Spark podcast. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. You could do all kinds of other things. You may be driving right now as it is, or going out for a run, a walk, or I like to listen to podcasts when I bicycle. May as it be, I love that you're here with me. Before I dive into today's episode, I want to make sure that you are one of the first people to know that the 4-week Lean Out program will open up very soon. I only offer this program 3 times a year, and I want you to get on the wait list. In this 4-week training, I show you how you can live a healthy lifestyle with appropriate exercises and intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting has been a game changer for my health, but also for my overall lifestyle, making meals much easier, less complicated. I eat healthier than ever before. I pick the appropriate exercises that help me lean out now that I'm in midlife. And we all know this can be challenging at times, but I leave a link in the show notes so you can have easy access to the program, take a peek at it, and if it's right for you, if you're a beginner in intermittent fasting, if you're starting out in your fitness lifestyle, or you're ready to revamp your fitness lifestyle, then this program is for you, and I want you to get on the wait list so you will be one of the first people to get notified when we start the program again. Now, speaking of programs, I have recently joined a Facebook group. This is a group where you sign up for, it's a membership, and you sign up for a whole year, and it's helping me take my business of the Pursue Your Spark to a different level, that I can reach more people and share more of my health, fitness, and mindset strategies that change women in midlife and help live a healthier and happier life. So I joined this group, and one of the first assignments was to get an accountability partner. To me it was like, an accountability partner? Somebody that's looking over my shoulder, or somebody that kicks my booty if I don't do what I do? Do I need this? I'm a very disciplined person myself. And I have my lists, and I go through the lists, and I do it on my own, so to speak. I like a community where I can chit chat with people and maybe ask a question, but the accountability partner takes the place of something that we might or might not be able to hold ourselves accountable for. A partner that says, hey, did you do your homework? Hey, how far did your progress go so far? And hey, I'm here. I'm waiting for you, so show up. So if you're somebody who thinks you might need an accountability partner, this is great. If this is your jam, it is not mine. I am pretty good with getting my stuff done the way I set out to be and follow a proven plan of action. But I'm not here to tell you, hey, you don't need an accountability partner, or hey, you need one. This is a choice that you make on your own. But I wanted to offer you an alternative to a partner that you may not find, so you can reach the goals that you set for yourself. So I'm not recommending either approach. But I want to empower you to develop self-accountability strategies in life. And that's what today's episode is about. Creating or develop self-accountability in your life. Now, let's not mistake accountability with motivation. Motivation is something completely different, and I will put a link in the show notes that's how to boost and increase your motivation with 6 simple steps that you can take a peek at if you need a little motivation to get to self-accountability. But the two of them are a little bit different in nature. So what is accountability? It's super simple. If you take responsibility for your own actions, you show that you are accountable. And that comes in many forms. Like accountability could be your coach holds you accountable to fill out your food blog. So this person is there to be your buddy and holds you accountable. A friend stops by for a walk. This is the person that every Tuesday at 2 knocks on your door and says, "Hey, you said we're going for a walk." She holds you accountable to showing up. Or you fill out your training log every day and you hold yourself accountable that you are filling out that blog every day, come rain or shine, or eating habits that are not aligned with your goals. So rain and shine, you fill out that blog. These are ways to explain what accountability is. But accountability also means something different. If you're holding yourself accountable, you may have to admit to mistakes or that you didn't do what you said you would. For instance, filling out the food log or blog. You said you would, but then you go, I missed it today. What harm is it if I miss the next 3 days? So you're not holding yourself accountable, but you're admitting to the mistake of not doing what you said to do. Or you committed to the walk that I mentioned earlier and you said, I really don't want to walk with that person, or I really don't like walking. So you made a mistake making that commitment. Or you forgot to fill out your training log. Well, we all forget things, but it's like, dag nabbit, I forgot to fill out the log. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I can do this. And that can be tough at times. We all have good intentions, but somehow life gets in the way and then we go, I forgot it again. Now, there are 4 different kinds of accountabilities and different ways of how to be held accountable. Number 1 is an individual accountability. That is one person that is part of your particular accountability situation, like the coach. Like I'm your coach and I say, hey, listen, I want you to fill out your food blog completely by the end of the week. So I am expecting you to show up by the end of the week with a filled out blog. Whether you have everything in it or not, doesn't matter, but I am here to make sure that you are doing what you told me you would. Number 2, reciprocal accountability. You find somebody with the same goal. Like a good example is the course that I'm taking right now. Everybody in the course has the same goal to bring their business forward with the strategies we're taught in the course. Number 3 is team accountability, and that is mostly for an office setting, but each person is holding their own responsible, but collectively you're pursuing the same goal and you hold each other accountable. And I like to use not the office setting so much, since I'm a solopreneur, I have an assistant, but we hold each other accountable for that I deliver stuff to her that she can work on, and then she promises to deliver it back on time for me to continue the journey of the product. But I always thought of our running group. This to me is always in a funny sense, but in a good sense. that I signed up for the running group to do this particular running program, and I need to show up every Saturday and do X amount of mileage that are on the program to achieve the race goal by the end of the program. And, everybody in the group says, hey, where have you been? I didn't see you. You didn't show up for the training run. So there is a group that collectively has the same goal, and they hold you accountable for not showing up and asking whether or not I did my other little training runs during the week as well. So number 4 is self-accountability. And this is mostly what I talk about today, or this is our topic of the day, that you hold yourself accountable. And we talk in details and strategies a little bit later. Now, you may say, oh, accountability. Do I really need this? Things go smooth. I probably don't need to be that concerned about it. But yes, you do. Number 1, holding yourself accountable is committing to a goal. If you're committing to a goal and you hold yourself accountable, you're much more motivated and being responsible of taking care of the goal. Do you progress in your goal, or do you have ownership over the process? Have you set out, here's my goal. I want to run a marathon in a month. Okay, I'm very motivated, and then I break everything down into little bits and pieces, into weekly training runs, into 3 to 4 times a training run. But also by committing to a goal, you not only set tangible, achievable goals, but you also improve your skills. That you say, okay, the skill in this case with the marathon example is that you're improving your endurance and your strength. That you develop this through a committed goal, that you're motivated, you know the length of the goal, you know what it takes to finish, and that now as you get better in your running skills, in the distance, you get stronger and stronger. This can be done with or without a trusted partner, like a coach. Number 2 is creating clarity in your accountability. By writing down your goals, as I just explained, you commit to a goal, and now you're looking into your why. Why do you have this goal? If your goal of the marathon is simply, I just want to run a marathon, that's a good why. But creating clarity about maybe my why is that I want to prove to myself that I can do this, that I have the stamina to follow the process. So you write down your goals, you get clear on your why, and then on your what do I have to do? I have to run 6 times a week in order for me to reach my weekly mileage. And how as well to get to where you want to be. Again, this can be done with tracking with a partner that you align with in the same goals. Like in my course, if you have running buddies that can help you with your why. Yes, we all want to do this run together. What do we have to do? We have to run 6 times a week with varied mileage. And how do we get to what we want to achieve? By being clear on what the outcome is and what the process is to get there. Number 3 is overcoming roadblocks. Sometimes we don't even know that we're stuck in a process, that we think we're plugging along, we keep going, and then we get stuck in the process and we don't even know why are we stuck. But by following the commitment to a goal, the clarity of a goal, a coach or yourself can find out, as we have data now, to see what works. Maybe 6 times a week running does not work for you. But what does? Oh, 5 days a week, shorter distance will work for me. Or I keep my 6 days a week, but I need an extra rest day, so I do one run shorter using the marathon example. So overcoming roadblocks that hold you back to achieve your goals. Number 4 is to increase competency. Measuring results by setting milestones and tracking those results. So we go back to number 1. Benefits of accountability is committing to a goal, creating clarity, overcoming roadblocks that hold us back from achieving your goals, and then we increase competency. I think I can say this word today. So we're measuring what we've achieved and we track it. This way, again, we know what works and what doesn't. And you can apply this to work. You can apply this to your spare time, to anything that you like to achieve in life. And number 5 is we perform better when observed. We just simply train harder. We are more committed. We are ready to set goals. We are in it to win it. So think about it from that point of view, that with these 5 benefits, you really can lay out a strategy for yourself to be accountable with the goals you set. Thomas Monson said, when performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported, the rate of improvement accelerates. Awesome, right? I love that. So can we hold ourselves accountable and achieve the same success? Absolutely. So here are 8 ways how you can develop self-accountability, and I call it in life. It's sports and play, whatever you want to say it. But here is number 1. Create a list of your core values. So your why. It's what you want and what you value. I'm using the example of a healthy community. If you surround yourself with people that have the same goals, and this time I want to use nutrition, as I always like to use the marathon as an example. I don't know why, I just like it. And I think sometimes everybody wants to run a marathon, which is not true. So let's create core values around a healthy community when it comes to nutrition. You want to be around people that say yes to broccoli and no to French fries and covered with cheese. You want to be around people that say, yes, let's cook at home so we can choose healthy meals. Yes, let's eat healthy. Let's go out to a restaurant where we have healthy choices and not the opposite. So the core value is that you surround yourself with a supportive community and you stick with that. And you can write this down. I don't want to be around people that want to stuff French fry down my throat. Or I don't want to be around people that always just want to go out for a drink. They never want to exercise. So you want to be around a community that is supporting your healthy goals and support your growth and their own. Number 2 is setting mini goals. You know, I always talk about baby steps. So you take the big goal of eating healthy in baby steps. So each month you reach a new goal. And since we're sticking to nutrition, how about that you say, this month, my goal is I'm going to eat 1 serving of vegetable each day. That's your goal. And you track that goal. Write it down. You make a little X on your calendar when you had your vegetable. And it doesn't matter what vegetable, as long as it's a vegetable and you like it. So your goal is broken down into manageable baby steps. And then overall, you look at the end of the month and you said, I ate 10 times I ate a vegetable. I'm doing pretty darn good compared to where I was a month ago. And you repeat the process. Number 3 is be smart about lists. And that goes for to-do lists or any other lists. Lists can somebody stress out. It's like too many lists and too many to-dos is just overwhelming at times. So we're going the KISS method. Keep it simple, silly. So we're focusing on the small goals. We're not worrying about the big goals. We're not putting too much on our list. We're using the example number 2, our mini goal. We're eating 1 serving of vegetables each day for 1 month. This will take the stress out of this whole list business. Number 4, do one thing at a time. As women, we pride ourselves in multitasking. Let's not. We don't need to do 5 different things that we want to achieve this month and hold ourselves accountable for all these steps that we want to achieve. Do one thing at a time. And as I said, we're eating 1 serving of vegetable each day for this month for the next 30 days. We're keeping it simple. This is a small goal. It's not a eat 3 servings of vegetables. It's a small goal. It's a doable goal. And then this is the only thing we focus this month when it comes to our health. Not that I want to eat vegetables, I want to eat less of this, want more of this, drink less wine, and exercise 7 days a week. No, one thing. And we hold ourselves accountable by tracking it. Number 5 is focus on competency. Being competent. Don't focus on what you can't do or have not achieved. Use my example, the 1-month calendar of the 1 serving of vegetable per day. You managed to eat 10 days out of the 30. You've gotten pretty darn good at eating this vegetable. I love it. This is competency. The more you practice something and the longer, the better you get. Number 6 is stay focused. You can always do more, do better, do whatever. But go back to your mini goal and focus on that one goal. Look at how far you've come. You've surrounded yourself with a super supportive community that helps you set your nutrition goals. You set a mini goal of eating 1 serving of vegetable throughout the month. You managed to do 10 of those. So we're keeping it simple. So we're not adding more to our to-do list of, instead of saying, ooh, now let's add 3. No, we're stopping the stress. We're sticking with basics. We only focus on one thing to do better each month. And this may be over several months. We focused on being more competent and confident in these 1 things that we chose to do. We're staying focused. Nothing can deter us from that we're reaching that mini goal. This is what we live for, that what we breathe for. This is where we're going to go all the way. Number 7 is ask for help. As a coach, I can give feedback to my clients and my training groups. You may ask somebody really supportive for help and you go, man, I don't know what kind of vegetables to eat. I see them in front of me, but then I see the vegetable and I'm going, scratching my head. How do I prepare carrots? I got no idea. So ask for help when you're not sure. There's nothing wrong with this. And number 8 is take inventory. Review yourself. Go back after the month and check if you did what you said you would. You said you would eat a vegetable every day. You did 10 days out of those. You added nothing to your list. You did not multitask by adding more assignments you like to achieve. You said confidently and with competence that you did 10 days and you probably could do more, but you stayed focused on your mini goal. Then you asked for help because you didn't know how to make a vegetable. That's not uncommon. And then you took inventory and you said, oh, now I know how to cook the carrots. Cool beans. I can make these carrots in the days when I can't think of any other vegetable. So these are the 8 ways how you can develop self-accountability in your life. And finally, something we do way too little of. Celebrate your success. Yippee, confetti, fanfare. Celebrate your mini success. You ate 10 servings of vegetables this month. When you took inventory, you saw that you were not a failure, but you did what you set out to do. not to perfection, but we're not looking for perfection here. We're looking for doable, changeable, healthy habits. So reevaluate your plan, perhaps with a coach or a buddy, and say, hey, so why didn't I do 15 days? So you can catch any setbacks or anything that holds you back to really achieve those goals and say, oh, that's why I was really working late and I didn't have any vegetables at home. Ha! Cool. Now I know why I didn't manage to eat more vegetables. Hint note to self, put on your shopping list, buy frozen vegetables for nights like this. There is a solution to every problem, at least in my world. And I'm always positive. I'm always like ready to rock and roll and solve problems. But here are 8 ways how you can develop self-accountability. Be accountable for your goal and your action plan, and enjoy and celebrate the success. Keep moving forward by establishing your next goal once you achieve the goal that you set out to do. Tell me what or where you need the most help when it comes to self-accountability. I would love to hear from you. Reach out to me on Instagram at Heike Yates or Pursue Your Spark podcast. Let me know how you like this episode, whether you can take care of yourself through self-accountability, or what I can help, or I'm here to help you reach your goals. So thanks for being here today. And next week's guest is Courtney Carver, and we're talking about why less is more and her project, Project 333. And it's a minimalist fashion challenge that you do not want to miss. I'll see you next time on the Pursue Your Spark podcast. Ciao.